face-off of Game 3. Keith Primo is playing tonight. Fedorov's line starts. That's Fedorov going after Stevens. He got held up by Chambers. Broughton cleared it away into the middle. Mike Vernon, the goaltender for Detroit. Konstantinov plays it around for Fedorov. Fedorov banged off the boards to himself. McLean pinned him in. Near side chip in just wide of the net. Tom Chorsky. Chorsky, that was an intended pass, and almost as it missed, Neil Broughton went on net. Sent in down the wing side. Konstantinov, big hit by Stevens right away. Our first line changes. We'll take a look at Keith Primo tonight to see if he looks healthy. He is out there right now. And Steve Yzerman and Dino Ciccarelli are skating with him, not the way they skated in the warm-up.
That may change, but you know one way or the other, the Devils are going to test Keith Primo. I mean, he may not last, but at least he's going to give it a try.
Back into the zone, Richer giving chase, beaten to it by Lidstrom. Poked away off the near side boards. Lemieux sends it in. Carpenter, Lemieux, and Richer. They've been together. Puck banged off the net. Richer, outstanding play. Richer looking in front for Lemieux. Shot saved by Vernon. What a play by Richer to bang it off. Will take the draw against Broughton. Broughton had an outstanding game, taking face-offs in Game 2. Wins this one. Tommy Avalanche shot. Deflected wide. John McLean was in front and deflected that shot. The Red Wings bring it out. Fetisov. Fetisov, no one to get it to. Moved it in at John McLean on his back. The Devils continue to play that in-your-jersey defense.
Now, even with 4 men out there, they try to put a 4-man trap together. The one thing the Devils always try to do, watch for this always, is guard against the long cross-ice pass when the defenseman's coming up.
Fetisov will come back to get it. Red Wings trying to find a way to get more shots on net. Cleared into the zone to Fedorov, lost to Billy Guerin. Fetisov stepped up, held it in. Fedorov dumps it in behind the net. Doug Brown got taken out of the play by Avalon. Picked up by Valeri Zelepukin. His pass for Guerin goes too far. We'll know icing here, though, as it bounced off the boards back into the middle. Fetisov off the boards quickly. Fedorov out there a lot early on. He's double shifted already. Got knocked down by Driver. Gets right back up. Yzerman put a hit on. Devils, though, able to clear it out through center. Paul Coffey out there on D right now in this 4-on-4 with Nicholas Lidstrom. Touchdown, Yzerman. Yzerman back in his own end. Yzerman has really struggled here against the New Jersey Devils. They need him to pick it up. 40 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Paul Coffey moved it in, couldn't get a shot. Lidstrom does. Deflected again by Driver off his skate. Driver checking the leg. Yzerman shot it in wide. They're gunning. Lidstrom back. Shot. Save. Brodeur pulls it in, as Bob Airy was tied up in front of the net by Driver.
And Bob Airy was waiting for half
here in the playoffs overall. Here in this series, the shots have been 51-35 in the 2 games in favor of the Devils. Mike Ramsey is playing in this game for the Red Wings on defense, having missed the last 2. He and Konstantinov are paired up right there right now. They also have picked up dressed in this game. Martin Lapointe is going to play in his first game of the playoffs this year. Sent back in. We've not seen him out on the ice. We've seen a double shift by Fedorov. Still a 4-on-4. Now it's over. Team's back at full strength. There's Primo and Lemieux just coming out of the box. Konstantinov brings it up. Konstantinov to Draper. His shot blocked. Again, Chambers. Behind the net, Shepard. Shepard in front. Backhander. Loose. Side of the net. Draper couldn't drive it home. Draper had the chance and he couldn't get it by the post.
He did get it out and he got his shot away. What an incredible save by Martin Brodeur. He got that one with his stick.
They are coming up big time early here, the Devils. Brodeur, and they're hitting as always. Shot put on in the corner by Mike Peluso. Here come the Red Wings the other way. Keith Primo. Primo trying to move. Primo centered for Draper. Busted up by Peluso. Fetisov the hit by Holik. The crash line is living up to their name. Niedermeyer dismissed it wide. Wide open start. Cleared up and out of the zone by Tim Taylor, who's getting some more action tonight. He played in the last game, and he's back in the lineup here. Fetisov back to get it, the 19,000 plus loving it. Vyacheslav Fetisov. Steve Yzerman out there now with a Taylor on a wing and McCarty. So the line Scotty Bowman has used have been changed up already a couple of times. Dump back into the corner. Taylor going back to get it. Chorsky to hit. Chorsky did not play the last game. Gets back in. The guy who had the game-winning goal, Jim Dowd, is not playing tonight for the Devils. Yzerman moves up. Driver puts the hit on. Broken stick out there on the ice. Broughton gets the puck away over Carey Fraser's head.
And you know, the fact that we've got end-to-end hockey is not unusual. Teams, even if they're disciplined defensively, in this case the Devils, you come home, you get so much emotion before the game, it takes a while to cut the edge off it.
Here's Fedorov with driver on him. Fedorov wraparound. Fedorov, he looks 100% tonight. Paul Coffey leaves it. Shot. Lidstrom again blocked out deep. And cleared. No. Lemieux blocked that shot. The Devils have already had at least 3 shots they've blocked. Carpenter sent it in wide. Played by Mike Vernon. Vernon clears it up near side. Kozlov intended. Lemieux had moved in. Kozlov and Lemieux do battle. Richer the puck. Richer to Lemieux. Covered up by Vernon. Yzerman out to take the face-off against Broughton. And again, face-off will be won by Broughton back to Chambers. Chambers centered. Hit the side of the net. Got it back. Chambers, the defenseman, in down low to Stevens, near side Chorsky. Chorsky sent it in, save! McLean tipped it, Vernon the save. Rebound battered wide, Broughton. Vernon doesn't know where it is. Vernon never saw that last shot. Down low, it's finally knocked away by Dino Ciccarelli. Stevens on him, held in by Chorsky. And here they come 2-on-1 up ice. Yzerman. Yzerman in, wait, shot! And he ripped that one high.
I think he got a piece of it. Chambers did on the way back.
Chambers had a stick out there and looked like he tipped it. Coffey trying to dump it in as it blocked by Broughton. We've already seen Broughton win a couple of big draws. He was outstanding in the last game for them, their big face-off man. They change it up here. Billy Guerin moves it in. Ramsey fell down. McCarty, they hit. The puck went right by Sergei Brylin. Niedermayer's shot, that's blocked out deep. Stays a wide-open game as both teams are looking for hangers in the middle. Shepard was up there that time. Chased down this time. Ramsey was there. Played around into Shepard. Shepard flipped it back into the middle. Loose there. Couldn't be played by Draper. McCarty brings it in over to Draper. Draper back in front. No shot. Hit the side of the net. Niedermayer tying McCarty. Centered again. Fetisov save Brodeur. Slava Fetisov all alone. Shot it right into the pads of Martin Brodeur.
That could have been Slava Fetisov's sweetest goal of his career.
The former New Jersey Devil who was here earlier this year. There is Fetisov. Had an assist on the goal the other night. Cleared ahead by Taylor. Can't connect. Real big-time hitting again early in this game. Bob Airy tried to send it in. Goes over the glass. No score. 12:59 to go here in the first.
Good team until you win 2 more.
Sergei Fedorov on this draw. Lost it to Bobby Holik. Another reason they need Fedorov in there. They want him to take face-off because he is good at it, having won 64% of them thus far in this series. Not that one. Kenny Danico moving it ahead. Sent in to Peluso, batted away from him, and it ended up going off the Detroit bench, and now a little tussle along the blue line here as Kenny Danico gets tied up there. Carey Fraser, our referee tonight, working his 136th playoff game out of Ontario. He's now been in the NHL for some 920 games. And the linesman working with him tonight, Kevin Collins.
And he is in the lineup. Big, strong, likes to hit, not afraid to fight. But I'll tell you what, the time has to be right at this stage of his hockey season.
Man, the first time he's played in the playoffs this year. Lemieux's shot deflected by Coffey wide. LaPointe is playing in only his 8th playoff game ever. Richer, side Vernon. Rebound, tipped by Richer. Lemieux couldn't get it. Richer got it back. Richer centered, shot. Deflected, may have caught the blocker. Stephane Richer is setting him up. Bobby Carpenter had the chance that time. Carpenter able to hold it in. Carpenter dumps it a little deeper behind the net. Richer again. Richer to Lemieux. Lemieux battling away. Sergei Fedorov there with him. This line is putting real offensive pressure on for the Devils. Bobby Carpenter, the center on it with Richer and Lemieux.
And it really helps the Devils when the Red Wings stand and watch. Nobody moved to Richer when he was behind the goal line, and nobody moved to Carpenter, who was wide open at the top of the circle.
Shots are 5-4 in favor of Detroit. 11:35 to go. Scoreless first here in Game 3. Tommy Avalon sends it in. Behind the net, Vernon holding it up for Ramsey. Ramsey comes around. Devils complete a line change. Ramsey had to go back to get it. Keith Primo has come out. Steve Yzerman is up on this line with him along with Dino Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli's on the right. Primo in. Primo's shot just missed. Rebound did not come to Ciccarelli as Niedermayer stepped in between him and the puck. Broughton gets it up, intended for Chorsky. Vernon there to play it, tried to help, shot it right to John McLean. McLean couldn't get all of that. It was on end. McLean again. The playoffs has been outstanding. 3rd best This playoff year, the penalty killers for the Detroit Red Wings are 8th in the playoffs. Chambers back, Niedermeyer, that was a pass, and it went wide. Zelepukin was cutting through. Breland's lost his helmet. Zelepukin, Guerin, and Breland up front. Back over to Chambers. Chambers behind the back to Breland. Breland pinned up along the boards. Got it back to Zelepukin. Back to Breland. Breland moving. Drops the pass. Niedermeyer. Shot and a save made. Centering pass all the way back. Chambers shot. Blocked out deep. That could be a penalty right there. Bob Airy better let go of it. He did just in time, or he would have had a delay of game call. Airy was able to flip that away, and Draper got it out of the zone.
Kerry Fraser made, I think, a great Stanley Cup final decision on the play. He could have blown it when Bob Airy gathered it in. He gave him time to get rid of it, and that's what you got to do. I mean, this is pressure situation.
And he got rid of it. McLean sends it in wide, power play, knocked down. Randy McKay back up to the point to Stevens. Stevens shot, deflected off, Vernon in front. John McLean left it behind the net. Look at Niedermeyer and McKay, they're everywhere. Shot blocked out in front as Broughton got dumped. Short-handed. Here comes Primo. Primo moving it alone. Primo shot, and he missed it. He was going back for the short side as he had Martin Brodeur moving. Power play down to 36 seconds for the Devils. Broughton moves it into John McLean. Back to Broughton. Neil Broughton looking into the middle. McLean stays up top. Driver shot. Score! Not what Detroit wanted to have happen. Halfway through this first period, a power play goal to put the Devils up. Bobby Holik on the intercept. Down low, Peluso. Just missed Randy McKay, the crash line out there. They talked about how throwing stuff on the ice took the momentum away from Detroit. Let's see if that happens here in the Meadowlands to the Devils.
That took a while to clean up, too.
Took a long while to
clean up.
Cleared around to McCarty on the far side. McCarty behind the net, Bobby Holik. That's one of the reasons a penalty coming right here on Holik for tripping. I was just going to say, that long delay. Right now, it's Detroit. It's got to determine whether that's going to happen, because they are continuing to get beaten on the ice by the New Jersey Devils. Power play, Holik out for tripping at 10:58. The number's right there. Power play, second best in the playoffs for Detroit. Martin Brodeur. Fans love that one. John McLean giving chase with Coffey. They ride each other off. McLean came back to get it. Pinned up by Yzerman. Lost it to Stevens. Stevens will just send it in. New Jersey Devils have had an outstanding penalty killing unit throughout the playoffs. 2 for 8 for Detroit against New Jersey. This is their 9th power play of the series. Brodeur tried to get it out and finally got some help. Broughton.
Now remember that penalty that Martin Brodeur took in Detroit when he lifted one over the glass and into the crowd. The glass is different here. It's kind of interesting. On the ends, it's not as high as it is in Detroit. On the sides, it's higher than it is in Detroit. Net result, well, one's an advantage, one's a didn't.
Power play still has a minute left to go on it for Detroit. Lidstrom and Coffey out there in the points. They have struggled here in this series. They are combined -7 in this series for Lidstrom and Coffey. There's Coffey, the shot. Save made. Brodeur, rebound. Gorski up and out.
Kenny Danico looked like he just stepped in front of that one and got it with his big shin pads. Boy, it is one thing to get a shot to Martin Brodeur. I'll tell you what, the Red Wings have had a tough time doing it because of the big pads of guys like Danico.
Kozlov knocked down by Driver. Cleared up and out. Lidstrom had to come back to get it. Dropped back into the middle of Nicholas Lidstrom. Lidstrom moves it in down the side. 20 left on the power play. Brodeur out, got a piece of it. Danico there to help. Lidstrom and McLean. McLean knocked it away to Broughton. He's alone. Coffey back. Neil Broughton, short-handed. Save made by Vernon. Coffey picks up the rebound. 7 left on this power play for the Red Wings. Coffey dropped it off. Far side. Stevens cleared it right back out. Red Wings were changing. They clear the zone, but it's over. Power play over. They're 0 for 1 in this game. 2 for 9 in the series. Even strength. 1-0. Devils lead. Lapointe had it behind the net. Digging for it. Lapointe. Martin Lapointe tied up. Taken down. Lapointe hit by Bobby Holik. Grabs his stick. Dumped to the near side to Draper. Draper. Full strength here. Back behind the net. Stevens put the hit on. Comes near side. Lapointe pushed it up. Draper stepped in to help. Couldn't get it back. Niedermeyer was there. Zelepukin clears. Billy Guerin the cut. Fetisov there. Slava Fetisov looking wide side. Had nobody. Nice stick handling because he had nobody on the ice with him. They were changing. Billy Guerin on the near side. Guerin waiting for a little help as the Devils change up behind the play. Along the near side boards, tremendous hit put on Breland by Mike Ramsey. Behind the net, Lidstrom, he avoids the hit. Man, Guerin gets back up, but man, did he go hard into the boards. Returning Breland on the far side with a hit. Shepard picks it up. Shepard brings it into the zone, and an offside again on the Red Wing. Coach has been able to do that with that many teams. And right now the Devils are denying the Red Wings that opportunity, leading in this series 2-0 and a 1-0 lead here.
You see that puck kick out when it was going in around the glass. You don't think Martin Brodeur doesn't know the glass? He didn't even go out of his net to go behind the net. He kind of sensed that it happened.
In front, Fedorov shot blocked by Chambers. Boy, the Red Wings really, the level of frustration's got to be enormous. Just trying to get the puck on Brodeur. Brought in by Fedorov to Kozlov. His pass was blocked again by Carpenter. Richer out there at center, avoiding the hit of Brown, sends it into the zone. Ramsey goes back to get it. Ramsey teamed up with Nicholas Lidstrom on defense here. Kozlov tied for the lead in goal scoring in the playoffs with Cicerelli. Here comes Chorsky. His shot saved by Vernon. Every save by Vernon, huge here. Broughton turns around, shot. Vernon gloves it down.
More wide open, more room to skate, and still only 5 shots. That tells you that the Devils stop so many shots that are launched before they get to Brodeur.
Yep. Brought back out by Primo, and it's been obvious in this game that's what's happened. Back to Yzerman. Yzerman gets it through, and that's what happens when it gets through. Brodeur gloves it down. 7-1 over the last 7-0-1. And it's not the first time it's happened in this series, nor the first time in the playoffs, because they did it against all the opponents previously.
That, in a nutshell, is why you have to attempt to match the New Jersey Devils' patience. If you try to force the play, you're just going to give them a goal, and it doesn't matter what the score is, you're not going to get your chances.
Primo intercepts one of the few turnovers the Devils have made. Primo's shot, though, ends up being blocked by Driver and cleared out of the zone. McLean on the near side giving chase. Down goes Coffey. McLean centered. Knocked away for Yzerman. Held onto. Zelepukin clears it around the net for Breland. It stops on the back of the net. Everybody being held up here. McLean and Primo are hanging on. Now Breland's got it again. Breland, the Devils keep winning these battles. Dropped off for Stevens. His shot blocked Cicerelli. Cicerelli back into the middle of Steve Yzerman. And a struggle for Yzerman to find the net. Yzerman looking for Primo, was cutting, pass behind him. Stevens was all over him. Taken behind the net, Konstantinov as the D moved up to help out. Can't get it in front, though. Martin Lapointe's pass, he got it back. Lapointe battling. Lapointe along the boards, lost it to Danico, sends it over to Stevens. Stevens, dump pass into the middle, and away offside. Now we've got another 4-on-4 situation here with Lapointe for unsportsmanlike. Same for Guerin at 16:38. Devils leading at 1-0 on Bruce Driver's power play goal at 10:30. Lemieux scores!
Kenny Reagan shouldn't feel so bad. Even Mike Vernon, who has made it to the Stanley Cup Finals, knows Claude Lemieux on that side seems to own everybody.
Same spot, same result. Whistle offside here. Claude Lemieux. Their right wings continue to dominate scoring in this series. But for a conservative team, you'd expect the right wings to score. And they are. In the corner, Chorsky. Chorsky gets pinned up by Lidstrom. Detroit's got to dig down deep into the tummy right here. They are being beaten again at both ends of the ice. Tommy Avalon cleared it out of the zone. Red Wings are changing behind the play. The Red Wings are being outshot more than 2-1 now, 13-6, and it's a 2-0 lead. Brought back in by Primo. Primo down the middle. Shepard the shots right into the midsection. Brodeur bats it away. Rolled back in front. John McLean is there. McLean starting it up. Had Lemieux. Couldn't get it to him. John McLean moves it in himself. Got taken out of the play by Ramsey. Konstantinov with a puck. 2 minutes to go. First period. Devils up 2-0. Still haven't trailed at the end of the first period in this playoff season.
Oh.
Don't kid yourself, guys. Drop back to Niedermeyer. Over to Driver. Actually, the two-tone coat looks pretty good. Niedermeyer. The red line dumps it in. You won't get a lot of dates, Steve.
Not.
Taken in behind the net by Fetisov. Minute 39 left here in the period. Fetisov sends it in. Played by Draper. Draper tried to drop it back, couldn't. Up the boards, Kaprizov steps up. He gets leveled by Carpenter. Picked up. Driver cleared it back up. Bobby Carpenter. Carpenter, oops, a door open. Kaprizov. The point was just coming out of the penalty box, and the door had been opened, and Kaprizov, fortunately not hurt as he went halfway through that door. Kaprizov right there picking up the puck. Down to 1:08 left to go here in the period. Down low, Breland tried to set it up, couldn't. Gets tied up in the corner by Taylor. Kaprizov with the puck. Gets it away. Primo's played a lot here in the first. 1 minute to go in the period. Primo moving it in, but he's not been able to get through. Stood up that time by Danico and Zelepukin. Billy Guerin cleared it the other way. Guerin waiting for help. Got it. Couldn't control the puck long enough. Primo still out there. Overskated it up for Yzerman. Yzerman stood up by Danico. Can Danico back? The Devils' speed and size have surprised virtually everybody here in the playoffs.
Add coaching to that, and you've got an incredible team.
And that's why they're up 2-0 in this series. Here's Coffey's shot. Over the shoulder. Rebound back to the point. Yzerman there covering. Dino Ciccarelli trying to chip the Fedorov. Bounces out in front to Breland. Lemieux tried to bang it out of the zone. It came out. Lidstrom sent it in. Coming back the other way. Still time here. Lemieux moving it up. Lemieux shot. Save made by Vernon. They never stopped trying. Lemieux behind the net. Lemieux centered it back up. Shot. Chambers deflected. Vernon a wild swing at it. Centering pass comes back to Yzerman. But the Red Wings...
We talked about that in our quest for the Cup show. By Stanley Cup final standards, that had to be classified as a stoppable shot.
So, here we go. Second period. A 2-0 lead for the Devils. Shots 15-7 in favor of New Jersey. Driver from Broughton and McLean at 10:30 was the first goal on a power play. And Lemieux's 13th of the playoffs. He leads all playoff goal scorers from Stevens and Carpenter. That was a 4-on-4 goal at 16:52. The 2-0 lead for the Devils. Keith Primo did not play in the last games. Played a lot. Turnover McLean. McLean to Broughton. Broughton waiting. Looking to the other wing. Can't get it through Mike Vernon. Vernon without a stick. Vernon without a stick. Back to the point. Chambers. Chambers moves to the middle. Vernon without a stick. Deflected in front. Here comes Stevens. Stevens. Vernon without a stick still. Back up to Chambers. Chambers pass partially blocked by Dino Ciccarelli. Huge play right there for the Red Wings. Oh, man. Just getting the stick back at the other end as the D stayed and pushed his goaltending stick back to him. Fedorov puts the hit on the far side on Stevens. Up for McLean. McLean drops it off for Tom Chorsky. The Devils are like a machine. They don't even have to come out and warm up to continue where they left off in the game, in the series, in the year. It's the same stuff every shift.
They know what the next goal will do, whether it's if they score or the Red Wings.
Centered by Carpenter, banged away by Fedorov. Picked up by Fetisov behind the net. Slava Fetisov starts it up. Drops it in the middle of Fedorov. Fedorov dumped it to Doug Brown. Brown, Tommy Avalon do battle. Avalon rode him off. Fedorov moved in. Comes back up near side. Lemieux couldn't get it out. Fetisov dropped it in. Intercepted there by Bobby Carpenter. What a story it's going to be for Bobby Carpenter if the Detroit Red Wings, in fact, don't come back in this series. Offside. Yes, Detroit.
Good luck there and get things back on track in L.A. Gary?
Thank you, Al, with Wayne Gretzky. Cleared around the boards. Kenny Danico on the far side. 2-0 lead for the Devils here in the second period. Nicholas Lidstrom shot deflected in front. Turn around. No. That's as close as every day off. It goes in behind the net. Driver. Konstantinov chases it down at center. Newport, Rhode Island. What a beautiful sight. An extreme sight for beauty for the extreme games. Pushed up along the boards to Mike Peluso. He got leveled there in the middle. Shot Shepard. There it is again. Ken Danico blocked it. Shepard down low, and the Red Wings don't get many chances. Down between the face-off dots, then the goaltender.
And when they get them, they got to take them. I mean, before we started talking about the extreme games, there was a shot from the point. Bob Berry.
Hockey League. They only lost 11 games during the regular season against this New Jersey Devil team that was 22-18-8. In the playoffs, it has been all Devils. Both these teams coming into tonight's game have lost 4 games in the playoffs as the Devils are 14-4. They have won their last 4 overall and their last 7 on the road. Detroit trying to get it through the middle here. Near side from McCarty, who has not played a lot tonight. Chorsky tied him up. Stevens was there in the bang. Stevens cleared it around behind of the net. Primo moved in for the hit, didn't get it. Yzerman moves over and it's cleared out the center. 2-on-3 the other way. Now 3-on-3 as Stevens joins the play. He'll just dump it in. Fetisov going back to get it. Vernon holds it up for him. McCarty up on the near side. McCarty looking to the middle, chopped away by Lemieux. Yzerman, McCarty, and Primo are out there on a new line for Detroit, and we've had lots of line combinations used by Scotty Bowman in this game. They have rarely come out the same. Lemieux had it knocked away. Konstantinov picked up, sent in by Broughton, wide of the net. Could be an icing call here and will be on the touch. We've got 16-17 to go. Second period of game 3. Donald, Phil Molliker, Ani Bose, associate producer. Shot wide. All the people who make National Hockey Night happen, including right here at the Meadowlands tonight. In the corner, Richer chasing it down. Batted up to the point. Konstantinov sent it in. Blocked by Peluso and right along the blue line. Cleared out. Tommy Avalon got it out. Lemieux moves it in. His shot save made. Does he get it off in a hurry or what? Vernon will so much in the season. He did not want it. He admitted he had lost his confidence. He passed to John McLean. He was on a line with John McLean. He said, "John loves it. I'm setting him up all the time." But you can tell, you can even hear his stick sometimes and see him banging his stick on the ice when he doesn't have the puck. It's like, give me the ball. Same as basketball, baseball, or football. Give me the ball. Give me the puck. Yes, he is a money player. Cleared around by Coffey and out of the zone. We still have not heard from the Detroit Stars in this game. Fedorov, Coffey, Yzerman, where are they? Tommy Avalon dumped out through center. Coffey back. And that is not a negative towards them. That is how tough the Devils have been against them. Nicholas Lidstrom dropped it off. And Jacques Lemaire here in this series has really gone away from matching it up. He's been rolling out the lines, and as each game's gone on, he's become less concerned with matchups and just puts people out. Especially with the Scott Stevens, Sergei Fedorov matchup. He still looks like he wants Bobby Carpenter's line out there against him, and that features Claude Lemieux, but he seems to have backed off the Stevens matchup. Yep. Because everybody's working so hard. Randy McKay moves in, got around Airy, dropped it. Holik back up. Draper intercepted. 3-on-3 the other way. Brought back in. Cicerelli, great pass, down low, shot, save, Konstantinov deflected it wide. And Bruce Driver was right in front of Brodeur to help out on that rebound chance. Dino Cicerelli, he and Draper combining on the last opportunity. Picked up by Peluso, but Detroit gets nothing for it. Brought back up by Driver, and he'll send it in. Well, that was kind of a comical scene right there. Mike Peluso was looking over at Kerry Fraser saying, "What about that? That was a slash." And right behind him, Chris Draper was complaining about a stick roll. Both teams wanted a call. Intercepted by Broughton at center. Chase down Chorsky in the corner. Konstantinov on him. Fetisov sends it up for Dino Cicerelli. Here. They've got Yzerman out there and Primo again on this line that's played a good deal together here tonight. Konstantinov to hit as Chorsky got it out of the zone. Believe it or not, we're in game 3, second period. The Detroit Red Wings still haven't had an odd man rush. Primo in, shot, save made by Brodeur. Martin Brodeur in the backhander. And Jacques Caron deserves some credit for that. He's the goaltending coach here who works very closely with backup goaltender Chris Terreri and started Martin Brodeur. Yet another Montreal connection. Swept away by Chorsky. In the middle is Shepard. Shepard moving it up. Shepard in the zone with Primo and Yzerman. Tried to leave it. Drop pass intercepted Chambers. McLean bats at it. He and Ramsey do battle. Primo came up, tied up by Broughton. Saw Ramsey and McLean going at it. McLean gets hit by Yzerman. Chorsky moves over to get it. Chambers overskated it. Flipped back in by Ramsey. But McLean was still there. Over to Scott Stevens. That pass was going 4 feet wide. You don't think the Devils are hot? It bounced off Sean Chambers' stick. Skate right on the Stevens. Broughton scores! Neil Broughton! Ramsey backed in and let Neil Broughton get right into a shooting position. He ripped it home low. It looked like under Mike Vernon. A 3-0 lead. One of the incredible picks for 2 guys that played in the Miracle on Ice in 1980, Lake Placid. One of them will have his name on the Stanley Cup, and he will be only the second player from that gold medal team to do that. Kenny Morrow is the only other guy that has his name on the Stanley Cup on that team. Neil Broughton gives the Devils the 3-0 lead on the goal from Stevens and McLean at 6:59. No team has had a 3-goal lead in this series at any point. The Devils do now. Fedorov's shot blocked by Tommy Avalon way back into the 35 years old. He gets by on his quickness and his smarts. And his smarts helped him pick up Jacques Lemaire's system. Lemaire told us he picked up my system in a day and a half. I mean, it was incredible. a very smart player, very smart person. Bobby Holik sends it in around Vernon. Shots are 18-9 in favor of Detroit. 11:59 left to go here in this second period. The Detroit Red Wings 7 shots in that first period, the most they've had in this series. Tying that again. Randy McKay behind the net. McKay looking. Boy, the Devils are just wide open. Driver shot deflected in. Save Vernon. Rebound score! Randy McKay! The gates have opened!
Really emotionally pumped up to go. To me, that doesn't show itself in the offensive zone. It shows itself in the defensive zone. And I talked in the first period about Richer, nobody moving to Richer, then nobody moving to Carpenter. Nothing's changed. In the defensive zone is where you tell how hungry your team is.
Well, the Red Wings have got to get mighty hungry right now. Osgood in net. 1 playoff appearance, allowed 1 goal against Chicago, made 13 saves in Game 4, replacing Vernon at 4:08 of the second period in that game. Now he's back in. 4-0 lead. McKay the goal, his 8th of the playoffs. Holik and Driver at 8:20 on the assist. Driver and Broughton now have a goal and an assist apiece. Stevens and McLean 2 assists, and easily have won the Stanley Cup playoffs last year. They were that close.
Double overtime in Game 7 pretty well qualifies.
That close. And this team, as solid as they play, Lemieux shot, blocked, and sent into the seats. Series. Well, it will be of no consoling nature to the Detroit Red Wings if they don't come back. But hey, we're not done yet. Lemieux's got it at center. Sent it off Fedorov, picked up by Lemieux again, shot it in wide of Chris Osgood. Dumped in, Carpenter, Lapointe tried to put the hit on, ends up going up and into the seats, 10-20. Brodeur.
And he has seen the Devils' right wingers eat him up the way they've eaten everybody up. Remember, there's right wing, center, left wing. You got left and right D, so there are 5 positions out there. 61 goals for the Devils in the playoffs, 30 of them by their right winger.
Claude Lemieux right there, moved back in. And they find some offense. Knocked away by Tommy Avalon to Carpenter. Intended for Lemieux. Toffee's going to have to play this. Takes it back in behind the net. Toffee dumps that one into the middle. Driver is up on the check. McCarty sent it in. Right back out Ken Danico. Taken away by McCarty and Zelafukin. Banged in by McCarty. He was worried about there being an offside that he was waiting for, and the other teammates cleared. Now both teams changing it up. Starting at Danico from behind the net. Danico up for Driver. Banged away to center. Carpenter. Constantine on Breland. Got the elbow up. They're still at it. Driver right there sends it the other way to Zelafukin. Breland took an elbow right in the face from Konstantinov. Sergei Breland flipped over to the near side boards. McCarty. McCarty dumps it the other way into the corner, but Danico is there to get it. Danico sends it up at the point. Fetisov held it in. His shot knocked down Danico. Right back to McCarty. His shot deflected, save made. It's still loose. They get a whistle. Covered up in the pile.
Trying to see what Scotty decides to do. I mean, I don't think it's a lot that'll even continue.
Save made again, and a penalty coming up down low as Taylor got cross-checked by Steve. A power play opportunity here for Detroit. Their second of the game, 10th of the series. They've scored 2 power play goals in the series against the Devils, and do they ever need one here? Lidstrom and Coffey working back on the point. They're trying to set Primo up high slot. Yzerman back for Dino Cicerelli. Couldn't get it. John McLean will chase. Broughton holding the stick at 11:01 is the penalty here. It gives them the power play chance. Here you see the numbers for them thus far in this series, with the Red Wings 2 for 9 and the Devils 2 for 7, including a power play goal here tonight. Near side, Dino Cicerelli. He gets hit hard by Stevens. Primo to Yzerman. Up to Nicholas Lidstrom. Lidstrom over to Coffey. Coffey waiting, no screen. Tried to hit Primo. Rebound backed off the net. Comes up to the point. Can't be held in.
It's easy to see that Martin Brodeur is afraid of the weird bounces off the glass. The Red Wings, when they dump it in high around the glass, Brodeur stays in his net.
Coffey shot that one way wide. Didn't even get it close, and he was all alone. Short-handed Lemieux. He sends it in. The Devils change up on their penalty-killing unit. Chris Osgood now in net, replacing Vernon here in the second period after that 4th goal. 4 goals on 20 shots against Vernon. Brodeur, a mistake on that one, got away with it, came to center. John McLean. McLean battling for the puck. Kozlov sends it in. Konstantinov turned by Driver. Konstantinov tried to leave it. Kozlov's got it. Kozlov centering back. Fedorov. Fedorov whiffs on the pass. 2 on him. Fedorov tied up. Driver and McLean. Comes back to Kozlov. They're not getting any shots here, though. Shepard's pass intercepted and cleared by McLean. Down 4-0. Just passing it around in no man's land over there. Kozlov picks it up. Vladislav Kozlov will send it in. Power play has only 8 seconds left on it. Hard around, intercepted by Draper. Sends it back the other way. Bob Airy over. And it knocked down by Avalon. Draper's shot blocked by Driver. There is a magnet these Devils have that attracts rubber. 2-on-1 the other way. No. 2-line pass.
But pretty well evens the score. That's at least as hard as Stevens hit Primo when everybody thought that that's what had injured him. But as it turned out, in that game 1, it was another problem that really was just sort of made worse with that hit. But Keith Primo has played a strong game. I'll tell you what, I give him a lot of credit and he's got a ton of courage because he is not 100%. He is still trying to play a physical game and lead the way for the rest of the guys.
He has done that. And Sergei Fedorov has played the last 2 games after a not good game 1. Has come out and played hard, but it has not been enough yet. Peluso on the near side. McCartney just rammed him and came away with a puck. Peluso. Oh, mercy, what a shot. Chambers moves in. Drops it off. Randy McKay inside. Oh, it's good to save on the tip by Bobby Holik. Puck still loose in the zone here. Detroit will get it out. Bob Airy. They come back 3-on-3. Yzerman moves in. Yzerman left the puck, took a shot at Niedermeyer. And it ends up, I think, on the Detroit bench. Yes, it does.
Brodeur has put up terrific numbers, but as the playoffs have progressed, the Devils have become almost like a wall in front of Martin Brodeur, and the spotlight has shifted away from him. His numbers are just as good. But when can you tell me the last time Martin Brodeur was something that we were talking about at the end of a game? He hasn't had to be.
He hasn't had to be, you're right. Cleared up for Yzerman. 4-0 lead here for the Devils. Ryan Leach, of course, won the Conn Smythe as the MVP of the playoffs last year. Al McGinnis has won it. Larry Robinson, Devils coach, once won it. Savard has won it. Bobby Orr won it twice. They are the only D to win it. Look at LaPointe charge in. Freeland doesn't like it. In front, Devils just keep on playing. Centering pass, Yzerman couldn't get it out. Driver sent it in. Bounces wide of Osgood. In the corner, Coffey. Coffey got it up the boards to Tim Taylor. Taylor to Yzerman. Taylor, Yzerman, and LaPointe on this line. Martin LaPointe moving in. Was onside, still is. Sends it deep behind the net. Left there to Niedermeyer. Scott Niedermeyer. 21 years old. 3 years already in the NHL. Intercepted by Breland. Breland moves it in. Dropped it. Tom Chorsky's shot. Blocked out deep. Centered. Blocked again on McLean as Fetisov was there. Primo charging up ice. 3 Devils. 4 Devils already back. Dino Ciccarelli moves in. Ciccarelli centered. Save made by Brodeur. Shepard got set up in front on that one and had a tip. Couldn't get it by him. Here come the Devils and a 3-on-2 the other way. John McLean dropped it. Chambers couldn't tip it. Chambers was open. Little bit too far in front of him on the return pass. Now Chambers down on the ice. He got run over by Primo. Gets right back up. Fetisov sends it out. Shepard reaching. Ooh, Chambers tried to line up Shepard and gets dumped by Primo. Oh, what a bad Primo. And a 4-0 Devils lead, and they got a power play. Stevens takes it back. Richer back to him. Scott Stevens shot deflected. Osgood, where is it? Loose. He covers it up.
Really post-morteming all of the goals, thinking about the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. What could I have done differently?
A huge game here. Game 3. Devils power play. That's Broughton. Broughton, 1-1 tonight. He's extended his scoring streak. Broughton has had a goal and 4 assists over the last 4 games for the Devils. Stevens trying to chip it in. Along the line, couldn't control it. Bob Airy up. 3 back for the Devils. Intercepted by Tommy Avalon to Stevens to Broughton. Broughton moves it in again on the power play. Broughton wanting to set it up, sends it in behind the net. Paul Coffey comes back to get it. Lost it down low. Centering pass to McLean. Blocked to McKay. Good play by Broughton on the intercept. Cleared around McLean to the point. Scott Stevens. Stevens. Broughton back to him. Broughton moving up on top. McKay in a fight in front. Broughton looking to drop it to the side of the net. McLean was good to save. McLean centering pass came to Bob Airy, who runs it back in to Osgood in order to get a win. They look real nice. Face-off one back to Konstantinov. Power play for the Devils down to 45 seconds left on it. Devils with 1 power play goal here tonight already. dumped off. Only their second chance. Up for Chambers. Billy Guerin out there now. He's past the block. Niedermeyer had to come back to center to get it. Worth noting, Chris Osgood, who's in net now, played enough games, 19, to be among the qualified for the leaders in goaltending numbers. He had the fourth best goals against. 2.26 behind Hasek, Tabarachi, and Carey. But of course, he did not play as many games as Vernon did. McLean dropped it off. Intercepted by Dino Ciccarelli. He does battle with Sergei Breland, taken away for Fetisov. Fetisov moves it up to Doug Brown. Brown sends it up into the Devils bench with 5 seconds left on the power play. What a job. You can go down through that Devils lineup, and it's hard not to say real nice positive things about virtually every player who's been in the game, some of whom who aren't playing in this game. There are the shots on goal, 23-11. Again, Devils 2-1, as they have been in much of the playoffs this year. Dino Ciccarelli sends it in behind the net. Penalties over. Devils unable to convert on the power play. Detroit back at full strength. Richer knocked it away. The race is on. Osgood comes out to play it. Osgood shot it back towards his own net for Nicholas Lidstrom. Pretty gutsy play right there.
Pretty cool play, yeah.
Wow. The team down here in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals 4-0. Brought back up by Nicholas Lidstrom. Detroit, Primo, hit by Chorsky. Detroit struggling to get it through center here. Ciccarelli gaining the red line, dumped it in. Ken Danico over to play it. 4-0 Devils lead. Knocked away to centers. The change is going on by Detroit. Danico will have to chase it down again. 1 minute left to go here in the second period. Devils had a 2-0 lead at the end of the first. They've got a 4-0 lead here. Into the middle of Fedorov, too far ahead. Chased down by Niedermeyer, overskated, came back to get it before Kozlov could get him. Ramsey sends it in. Niedermeyer picks it up. Niedermeyer gets it out. Kozlov had to clear the zone there. Near side for Chorsky. Chorsky knocked down by Konstantinov. Puck rolls free to Ramsey. Ramsey will drop that one back into the middle. Kozlov coming. Shepard with it. Kozlov over the line. Poke checked away. Tommy Amelin. That in by Fedorov to Shepard. Shepard wraparound chance. Blocked the body there of Vodura. Played back in. Konstantinov didn't get through. Intercepted by McLean. Tommy Amelin was in front to block it. We'll get a penalty here. A cross check.
Line. So bang bang. All of a sudden it might be 4-2, and then the Red Wings could have a shot at it. But we got to start with 1.
Yep. 6 seconds left to go here in this period. Poke checked away. Fedorov tried to get it into the zone. Couldn't. McLean knocked it away. Carpenter picked up that cross-check up for the first time in their history. Power play continues as we start the third. Power play underway for Detroit, and a long time left. 1:41 still left on it here. Detroit not able to convert. Their power plays thus far, and only 12 shots on goal. Being outshot 23-12 over 2. Power play Red Wings. Fedorov, who hasn't had a shot yet in this game. Point shot, save made, and covered by Brodeur, and Stevens came in that second period. There's not many are getting chances. Back up to the point. Coffey. Lidstrom. Lidstrom shot. Deflected wide. Knocked down by Niedermeyer. Great job by Niedermeyer on Fedorov's stick. And Fedorov is getting up very slowly. But he is, and he's back to skating. Coffey takes it back to his own blue line. Lidstrom came back to get it. Nicholas Lidstrom and Paul Coffey relied on to gun the puck in during the regular season. Not had a lot of chances against the Devils. Kicked away and still in the zone. Ciccarelli lost it. Lidstrom can't hold it in. 53 seconds remaining on this Detroit power play. Detroit, a couple of power play goals in this series and 10 chances. Down here 4-0 as we go to the third. Sent in attempted by Lidstrom. It ended up going over the glass.
Fetisov that is hoping so much to add one more piece of hardware to his huge collection of Olympic medals and world championships. But right now, the Detroit Red Wings are a long shot.
Long. Into the corner, Danico. Primo came back to get it up to the point. Fetisov working the point over there. Not much room with Broughton moving up on him. Driver moves over on Primo, taken away by Danico. 16 seconds remaining on this Detroit power play. The Detroit Red Wings, the #1 team in the National Hockey League, finished with the second best power play in the league. So they have been shut down in that department as well by the Devils. Sent in. Shepard caught a piece of that one. Brodeur tries to clear it out. Hit Lemieux's stick. Did. Here comes Chorsky shorthanded. Carpenter near side. Penalty over. Osgood got a piece and deflected it into the corner. Just out of the penalty box. Bobby Carpenter breaking. Gave them that rush. Driver takes the shot wide. Chris Osgood came on to replace Mike Vernon in net after the 4th goal was scored in this game in the 2nd period. Fetisov picks it up. Teams are at full strength. Bob Airy moving it in. Detroit changing behind the play. Brodeur leaves it off for Mike Peluso. Peluso, Chambers, round on the far side for Tommy Avelin. Avelin, the Swedish native, gets it out of the zone to McKay. Randy McKay batted it ahead. Peluso, look at the hit on Airy, and then he goes after the puck, but a whistle behind. The Fortuari would come up with a breakaway.
But as we've tried to point out many times, and this is also part of Jacques Lemaire's system, it's never one man to beat. And we even showed some replays of it at the end of the 1st period. It's always a layer of people. If there's one to beat, then there's one right behind him. And the amazing thing about the Devils is when they double cover, they still don't seem to leave anybody open away.
Scott Stevens and
late in the game, Dino did not give an inch to Scott Stevens or anybody else dressed in red in that game. Well, you got to admire Dino Ciccarelli. You know, he said yesterday, he said, you know what, this hasn't been very much fun for me the last few weeks. I've been so consumed with the playoffs.
Fedorov, the rebound, kicked away. Yzerman. Power play still underway. Fedorov back to Coffey. Minute 20 left on it. Shot deflected in front. Yzerman's shot was blocked by Stevens. Here's Nicholas Lidstrom. Over to Coffey. Coffey, Lidstrom, top shot. Deflected. Brodeur reaching, didn't get it. Yzerman left it for Coffey. Still a Detroit power play over to Lidstrom. Back, Coffey open. One-timer, missed. Shot it over the net. Sergei Fedorov. Dino Ciccarelli. One of their better power play of movements of the puck and shots. Lidstrom shot deflected out front. Yzerman can't draw it back. Good play by Bobby Carpenter, who tipped it away. Lidstrom. One time, Yzerman. What they got to do. Just got it in. Danico blocked it and clears.
Boy, what a war in front of the net. And as they skated to the bench, Scott Stevens had the great big teeth just grinning, looking right at Dino.
Taken back by Kozlov. 27 left on the Detroit power play. Brodeur backhands that one. Bad play. Primo could have had it, didn't. Cleared up by McLean. Brodeur is a little loose right now. He wants to try and gun one down the other way. He loves shooting on the other netminder when he has a chance. And even here in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals, he's done that a couple of times. Now at
the finals, and that was in 1981. He knows how tough it is to get to the finals, obviously. This is 1995. Every player on both sides realize this may be their only trip to the final.
Konstantinov picks up the penalty. 4:25 high sticking. Another power play here. This will be the 3rd of the game for the New Jersey Devils. Osgood in net, let that one roll. Bounces right to him. As Fetisov had it
in this game. They've obviously got a 4th game. The Detroit Red Wings, as Steve Yzerman said, did not come all this way just to lie down and quit. Still, the task is incredibly formidable that they face. But Jacques Lemaire will try to guard against his guys thinking that this thing is over, that this game is over, or for that matter, that this series is over.
I told them after they won Game 2, you haven't won anything yet. Brought in by Zelapuka. He says, you're a good team. You won't be a great one till you've won in. Well, this power play now turns into a 2-man advantage. Driver over to Niedermayer. Stepan Richer. Rotten tried to get it, couldn't. Niedermayer will have to chase it down. Fedorov is out there with Ramsey and Fetisov, a forward and 2 defensemen, the 3 skaters for the Detroit Red Wings. Shots at 25-15 in favor of the Devils, who lead 4-zip. Richer moved it in. Fetisov intercepted and clears it out of the zone. Martin Brodeur at the other end. Leaves it for Driver. Both teams change up on their specialty units. Driver to Lemieux. 33 left in the 2-man. Looking in front for Breland. Osgood the save. Osgood the save of Richer. Breland the loose puck back up to Lemieux. Lemieux. One-timer Driver off the blocker of Chris Osgood. Back to Lemieux. Lemieux moving. Fakes. Driver couldn't get it lined up. One-timer Lemieux can. Wide of the net. Osgood up to play it.
Primo does not have his stick, and they are down 2 men.
Ouch. In the middle. Driver. Everybody in. Osgood. What a job. Red Wings who still are down 2 men. One back to Stevens by Breland. Shot deflected to Breland. Breland dropped it. Osgood, another save. Penalty coming up. Delayed call. Konstantinov on the touch. There's the whistle.
Guerin into the goalpost. That one didn't get called.
2-man advantage. Chambers save Osgood. He got that one with a left skate. Cleared out of the zone. The second back-to-back 2-man advantage for the Devils. Stevens moves it in, lost it at the line, chipped away by Fetisov, but an offside anyway on New Jersey.
Now, still, no support for him in this game. The Devils have only allowed more than 2 goals against in 4 of the 18 playoff games that they have played so far, and they're working on something better than that now.
Chambers drops it off to Stevens. Deflected wide on Osgood by Randy McKay. McKay, a wraparound, couldn't get it. Got knocked down. McLean the puck. John McLean back up for Chambers. Over to McLean. Chambers. Got Stevens. One-timer. Chambers blocked it into the seats. That one deflected by Steve Yzerman, who went down on one knee and felt mightily here in this series against the Devils. Just no room. Fedorov. Still short-handed. Sergei Fedorov would like to try and create something short-handed, but can't turn it over. Those sends it the length of the ice. Brodeur back in behind the net to hold it up. Tommy Avalon comes back to get it. 55 seconds remaining on this power play for the Devils. Billy Guerin, Breland, the intended. Offside here when Breland touches. There's the whistle. Faceoff will come. We gotta have a talk with Steve. Taken back by Tommy Avalon. He sends that one in. Osgood comes back to hold it up. Chris Osgood looking up the middle, short-handed, dangerous pass. Fedorov was there. Fedorov to Doug Brown. Brown taken out of the play. Tommy Avalon, at least off the puck. Niedermeyer bounced it off the dasher, couldn't get it out of the zone. Konstantinov shot deflected in, saved by Brodeur. On that deflection down in front. Doug Brown got a piece. Stephane Richer sends it in. Onside center. Score! Bobby Holik from Billy Guerin.
Great position to stop it, and it didn't look like a hard shot, but it's 5-0.
Unbelievable 5-0 lead here for the Devils. 5-zip. Peluso hit on the far side by LaPointe. That was a power play goal, a 5-on-4 power play. Back to full strength Red Wings. Danico shot, save! Osgood. Peluso after the rebound, deflected wide. 5-0 with 11:20 to go in the third period here at the Meadowlands, and another penalty coming up here. ESPN continues as the power play now for the Detroit Red Wings. Again, they've had the opportunity here in this period before they went a couple down. Stevens went down low with the body, and Dino Ciccarelli was able to pull up before it happened. Coffey drops it off. Penalty to Holik. Interference at 8:44. Brodeur tipped it away. Chased down by Coffey. This will be the 5th power play of the game for the Red Wings. They've not converted on any of them. Have picked up only 2 of 12 thus far in this series. In behind the net, Chris Osgood came back to get it. Goals in this game by Driver, Lemieux, Broughton, McKay, and Bobby Holik. Another typical Devils game with everybody contributing. Into the corner, Niedermeyer rolls towards the middle. Devils clearing it up off Lidstrom, short-handed Broughton. Broughton will move in on Coffey. He's alone. Broughton the shot, hit Coffey with it. Goes to the corner, and Dino Ciccarelli chased it down. 10-11 left here in this third period. 5-0 Devils on top. 31-16 the shots in favor of New Jersey. Niedermeyer banked it out of the zone. Back to get it as Coffey with Lemieux on him. Detroit power play, 40 seconds left on it. Fetisov spun around. Slava Fetisov to Coffey, tipped ahead to Shepard. And Shepard could do nothing with it. Bobby Carpenter took it away. The hopes were when Ray Shepard was moved up in that last game to the second line that he would start to score some goals for him. He has not. Came in without a point in this series, playing at a -2. Hard hit on the far side by Torski, sent in by McCarty.
Steve Yzerman is such a terrific setup guy, but without any space and without any room, without any time out there, and that is what you are denied when you play the Devils. He can't even come close to setting Ray Shepard up for anything. Yep. Even if Ray Shepard could drive the net for rebounds, but where are the rebounds? 16 shots on goal for the Detroit Red Wings. We're down to 9 minutes to go in the game. And if there is a shot, there's never a rebound.
Konstantinov missed that one on the backhand. Missed it wide. Penalty's over. 0 for 5 on the power play now for the Red Wings. McCarty, good job of the penalty killers of the Devils tonight again. Tipped away to the corner. Niedermeyer just clears it out of the zone. Devils trying to get a change completed here. Ramsey flipping it in because the Red Wings want to do the same thing. Chased down behind the net by Niedermeyer. Told you the New Jersey Devils, 5 goals by 5 different people here in this game. 11 goals here in the finals, 9 different scorers. Now they've spread that out. That is very tough to defense against. Not going to do much matching when you've got all those people scoring goals. Taylor brings it in near side Ramsey. Mike Ramsey shot. Brodeur the save, and he covers. Nordiques moving from Quebec, you know, as a new team into Denver, and the Devils could end up with the cup moving to Nashville. I mean, pretty strange happenings. That one goes the length of the ice. It'll be touched up there by Coffey. We were talking about Brodeur, shutouts.
For the New York Rangers, Terry Sawchuk did it in 8 games. And so did Clint Benedict way back in 1928. 8 games, 4 shutouts in 8 games.
Martin Brodeur had back-to-back shutouts this season. Boston would never get into the series against the Devils. Suffered those. Richer. Centering pass back to him from Bobby Carpenter. Stephane Richer with Coffey on him over there. 7:47 left here in the third. Richer guns it back for Claude Lemieux. Centered, intercepted, and it'll be Doug Brown sending it up to Kozlov. Brown, Kozlov, and Fedorov out there now. Penalty coming up on the Devils. Delayed call here, and there's the whistle as Lemieux touched it and took a high stick. Exclusive coverage of Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals here on ESPN. The Devils absolutely dominating. 5-0 lead here. Another power play for Detroit as Richer goes for hooking at 12:20. The 6th power play of the game for the Red Wings, who have obviously not converted on any of them, and for about the 3rd time when they've had to
get there from here. It's a real spectacle when you do.
It is. I mean, they have all of the awards that are given in the National Hockey League, including the Stanley Cup on display. Great pictures, and those of you who have not had a chance to see that magnificent display, I hope you'll take advantage of it. Lemieux brings it up and guns it in. Power play here for Detroit at minute 9. Left on this power play chance. Paul Coffey. Coffey will try and send it in, but shoots it over the glass. And as Bill said, it was made up of odd man group. That was just a bump. Just a bump. Yep. Just try something new, and that works too. Brought in by Sergei Fedorov. His pass for LaPointe deflects to the point. Coffey. Coffey sends it in behind the net. 39 seconds left on the Detroit power play. Cleared up by Niedermeyer. Not out yet. Devils will get it here. And it'll be flipped in by Bobby Carpenter. Chris Osgood comes out to get it. And you can bet Scotty Bowman thinking about who will start in net in Game 4 in a must-win situation. Taylor with Stevens on him. Brodeur sends that one up the boards and out of the zone. Race at the other end. Coffey got there first, ahead of Neil Brock. Here's Nicholas Lidstrom. Lidstrom trying to drop it off, comes off the boards. Carty's got it. Remember the Devils, the question was, could they play as well at home as they were on the road, since they continue to set records on the road for wins in the playoffs. Because most people there. The
dry cleaner for Steve's jacket.
That's right. Special interview there. Chambers takes it back. He brings that thing to the dry cleaner. Where were you with this? McCarty sends it off the boards for Bobby Holik. Deflects back to center.
Either that or the dry cleaner will say, at the Devils game, huh?
Yeah, that's right. If it's around New Jersey, that's probably just what they'll say. Konstantinov chases it down at center. Penalty over. And the Red Wings unable to convert on yet another power play here. 0 for 6 in the game. Brodeur behind the net for Tommy Avalon. Avalon intercepted by McCarty. McCarty hit by Bobby Holik. Against the boards, Bob Airy moves over. Holik's got it pinned up and will get a whistle here. 4:50 left. Just shut him down. Brodeur, incredible numbers. 150 goals against in this series against the Detroit Red Wings, whereas in the year 1.63 for the entire playoffs. They are numbers that are right up there with the best in playoff history. Willie Guerin holding the line, bringing it in. Taylor and he go to the boards, and Zelepukin, and a penalty coming on Guerin. Guerin put an extra shot in on Taylor, and Taylor stayed right there with it. And
obviously, because a lot of these people thinking maybe this team's not going to be here.
Yeah, that's a real possibility. You know, some people were saying the group that's trying to get the Devils to Nashville were rooting against the Devils because it would make it easier for the team to come. Tough to get a Stanley Cup winner. We'll see, guys.
Cleared around the boards. Commissioner Gary Bettman said yesterday that he simply is not going to comment on the possibility of a move until the Stanley Cup Finals are done. A 4-minute power play here is what we end up with for Detroit when all is said and done. A double minor. So Detroit gets a chance with 3:50 to go, and a 4-minute.
Even seemingly ended his playoff run. I mean, he just pounded him to the ice, and he looked like he was knocked out on his feet, and the little guy came back and played him. Scott Stevens paid him tribute, too. He said, you know what? I give him a lot of credit because I hit him as good as I could, and that's all I had.
Sports Center will be coming right along as soon as this game is completed. Update on all the day's news in sports. That one sent the length of the ice. Coming back to get it is Osgood. All kinds of penalties picked up. LaPointe got 4 minutes for roughing. Cicerelli 2 for roughing. Taylor 2 for roughing for Detroit. The Devils' Billy Guerin, the double minor for roughing. Zelapukin got 4 for roughing, and Breland got 2 for hiding. And when that was, while they were getting him off the ice, power play here. Shot saved by Brodeur, still looking for the shutout. Fedorov scores! Sergei Fedorov at 3:03 remaining has scored
Early. Here's the goal by Fedorov. He picked it out of the pile and smartly got it up in the air, knowing that Brodeur would most likely be down on his knees. He was, and the Red Wings have a goal.
5-1 with 2:52 left to go. Power play goal on this 4-minute power play for Detroit that continues now. Minute 43 left on it. Fetisov off to Doug Brown. Brown leading the charge. Almost an odd man rush. Deflected to the corner. As Brodeur reached out himself that time, Lemieux sends it the length of the ice. Osgood holding it up at the other end. Paul Coffey coming back to get it. Coffey moving to center. One goal, though, won't hurt Martin Brodeur's goals against here. That'll stay below 2, barring any more, with 2:18 left here. Detroit can finish this game on a power play. In front, blocked by Danico, picked up by Nicholas Lidstrom. Lidstrom back to Coffey. Devils come out to challenge on both these shooters, Coffey and Lidstrom. Yzerman sends it in low. Back up for Yzerman on the half board. Stevie Yzerman, his shot. Save made, deflected into a lot of people that time and bounced off Brodeur. And it comes back to center. Fedorov's goal is his second of this series and 6th of the playoffs. Fetisov and Brown got the assists at 16:57 on Detroit's only goal of the game so far. Back up to the point, Lidstrom. Shepard tried to go into the middle, did. Yzerman shoots and scores.
Slipping away from him.
He didn't come here to score goals. He came here to win the cup first. He knows that's his first of this series. One of the problems they've had is the inability of Stevie Yzerman, for one, to be able to get it in the net. Yzerman from Shepard and Lidstrom at 18:27. Back-to-back power play goals here on this extended 4-minute power play for the Red Wings. Intercepted. Konstantinov in. Konstantinov. Forehand shot, block, save, rebound, looms. Taylor tipped it. Brodeur batting away in the crease. That was close to being goal number 3. 1 minute left to go in the period. Knocked down by Randy McKay. Mike Peluso. Bobby Holiku's got 1 goal, trying for another knockdown. Taylor picks it up. Power play over here. Sent in by Taylor. Brodeur makes the save. Play back in behind the net. John Barry and Mike will have a wrap-up on this game coming. Sports Center will be along after that. Nicholas Lidstrom behind his own net. The New Jersey Devils about to go 3 up in this series against the #1 team in the regular season, the Detroit Red Wings. Fetisov held it in. You're looking the countdown. First Stanley Cup final game ever played here in the Meadowlands. The Devils' first ever trip to the finals, and they are 1 win away from a Stanley Cup.